Hey guys, let's see if this works. I hope this works. Hi everyone. All right, so you guys let me know if the audio is okay. We're gonna do something a little bit different today. Hi Zori, hi Sammy, hi everyone, hi Tammy, hi Alyssa, hi Cheyenne, Skyla. Whew. My chat is over here, camera's over here. There's a lot going on. Hi everyone, welcome in, welcome in. So today, of course, I had to wear Selena, and these bell bottoms are amazing. I love them. So this was a little bit big, but I used one of Sammy's hair ties and I just tied it in the back. Thank you guys, thank you. Whew. Hi, audio is good, awesome. Yes, I am using the new camera my husband got me like a couple months ago, but it just took me so long to get used to it. So, whew. All right, let me catch my breath. Let's see. How is everyone doing? I don't even know where to look. Thank you guys. Thank you. Thank you. How are you guys doing? I hope everybody is doing good. Yes, my emotional support hair tie really came in clutch today. Yes, yes. Oh, today we had game night with Refined Vibes Discord, and it was so much fun. I got to learn so much interesting and fun, amazing facts about my friends, and I love them so much. And it just solidifies that I found my crew. I found my community, so I'm really happy. Doing great, still riding the high. Yes, absolutely. I asked my husband to bring me some water because I had completely finished my water. Thank you, love. Water. All right, guys, so I will be working on this project here. This one, I have a rainbow skein of Baby Bee. Let's see if it focused. There it is. And it is in the color Sprinkles. I think I am going to, your comment from earlier. All right, let me see. Hi. Oh, thank you. Oh, we love you. Tammy, you're one of us. One of us. One of us. We love you. Thank you so much. Of course. So I think I'm going to make a granny square tote bag out of this. I think it would be such a good idea to make it into a granny square tote bag. So I think I'm going to work on this while we are chit-chatting. Today we are doing something a little bit different. Thank you, thank you. The camera is awesome. Okay, good, good. My husband spent so much time setting all of this up, and I feel like it takes me a long time to get used to change and to just go with the flow of the new stuff. So it took me a long time to finally get used to this, but we're doing it. We're doing it. You finished your cardigan? Awesome. I know you were working on it for a while. I'm so glad that you finished it. I am so sorry if I am not looking straight at you guys. The comments are over here, so I'm trying to just look at everything. But so I was a part of 2 MLMs. For those who don't know, MLMs are multi-level marketing companies like Amway, Herbalife, Monat. There used to be Pure Romance, but they actually shut down their MLM and went over to affiliate links. So, right? That's for you, Tori. So I was a part of 2. Earlier, after I gave birth to my first baby, I was actually recruited into Herbalife, and I got out of Herbalife rather quickly because I did get pregnant right after. So my baby was 6 months and we got pregnant with our second baby. So I did end up leaving. Oh, so tonight's topic is going to be multi-level marketing, my experience, the companies that I've been with, and I'm actually going to do something a little bit special. And in my channel, if you guys see older videos, I started this channel out about 5 years ago, and I would post videos about my experience with Amway and Worldwide Dream Builders. There are about 5 videos of my experience, the process, all of that on my channel, and those did really well on my channel. And honestly, I could talk about MLMs forever because it is a topic that I just feel is very important to talk about. And even to this day, I still get a ton of comments on that video saying, I just went through this, my husband and I just went through the process, we're looking to get more information, we're so happy we found this video. So I wanted to just share with you guys, since this is my new audience, I wanted to go ahead and share my experience for whoever doesn't know about MLMs, who doesn't know about Amway. If you ever stumble across somebody offering you a new experience, a financial freedom, a vehicle to retirement, all of that, I want to share my experience with you guys and make you guys aware of that, just so you guys can be aware and know what's going on. So today I am going to share a board plan meeting that I recorded about 5 years ago. So you guys will see Martha from 5 years ago when she was young. And I recorded a board plan meeting, which, if you don't know, a board plan meeting is when you go through the process of being recruited into Amway, Worldwide Dream Builders specifically. And you dress in business casual. We go to a random house at a random afternoon, evening. It's going to be like at 6 o'clock p.m. when everybody's out of work. And you just see a bunch of people in business casual going into this one house, and they do a board plan. And that board plan is, they explain to you what exactly they're trying to sell you, why you're perfect for it, and they're trying to get you to sign up with them. I did a mock board plan, so I can review it on my YouTube on the video that I was doing for that day, and it was pretty wild. I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna go over it. I'm gonna share it with you guys, and I have it here, so so you guys can see what it was. I went to board plans about 5 to 6 times a week because we wanted to be hardcore. When we did sign up, we signed up in 2018, and we were in it for 6 months. We were in Amway for 6 months. My husband was actually transitioning to a new career, and I was a couple months postpartum. I had postpartum depression. I did not have my community. I was seeking that just comfort and security from other people, and just being able to connect with others, which is why I think they target a lot of vulnerable people in that situation. And they target moms a lot. So I just really want to share that with you because that's how they got me. The community aspect, the other couple that recruited me, the woman in the couple, she reached out to me every single day, just like positive reinforcement, all of that love bombing craziness. And I was postpartum. I had really bad postpartum depression. I came from a family that was very religious and it was not, it was frowned upon to go to therapy and get help and all of that. So it was really hard for me to seek help when I was postpartum. So finding them and finding the support and just feeling like somebody cared about me and was reaching out, I really did fall for it. It really did bring me in. And it was just the sense of community, the sense of there's hope. And we were just in an area where we were very vulnerable with the career change that my husband was doing. So my husband was changing careers, and he was Ubering at the time to just help get us by. And at the time I had 2 babies under 2. I had just given birth with my youngest, and it was quite a difficult time. It was in 2018, like I said. So we went through the process. We had met them. Then we went and met them at a Starbucks, and they shared with us they had recently met a couple that was able to retire in their early 20s, their late 20s, early 30s, and that they were taking them under their wing, showing them how they did it, and they would introduce us to them for an opportunity for mentorship. They were saying that they were able to get out of debt. They had so much debt, they were able to get out of debt, and they recently bought a house and all this stuff. So, hi, how are you? A white and pink kitty. That's cute. So, we were like, okay, let's just hear them out. We'll go to all these meetings. And again, it was just a constant persistence of them reaching out to us daily, giving us all the love, giving us all this like fake positivity, and you can do it too, you can do it too. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna listen to the board plan that got us hooked. I went ahead and chopped it up, and we're gonna go ahead and look at it. So this is me from 5 years ago. Let me know if you guys can hear it. I'm gonna put on my headphones just to make sure that everything is good, but you guys let me know. All right, so let's go ahead. We're gonna go ahead and start from the beginning. So I will pause it every now and again and let you guys give you some more insight on what it is. So like I said, a bunch of us would go get ready, and we would go to this random house, and they would have the board plan there. Somebody would come, they would have special guests, and these would be people that have reached diamond level, platinum level, the levels that only 0.3% of people ever make. And I did end up pulling up, I will share with you guys first, 2024 U.S. income disclosure for Amway. So the typical earnings for an average annual earnings for 2024, a IBO, which is their recruiters, their business owners, their IBOs at the founders platinum level and below were making $723 before expenses. That's an annual earning of $723. So that is what a typical person expects. And that was wild. So they sell this financial dream. Your mother-in-law got sucked into 2 or 3 of those. Yeah, it's baby Martha. I was young in my 20s. But honestly, it gets better. Honestly, 30s, you really don't give a crap anymore. I love it. I mean, you can't eat as much like greasy, delicious food or the hangovers suck, but that's another thing. All right, so let's go ahead and start this video. I'm just gonna go ahead and start it. Again, I went to about 4 to 6 board plan meetings every single week because you had a quota of how many you had to go to be core. And core means that you're devoted into this, the company, that you're devoted into the leadership, and you're just proving to yourself that, or proving to your leaders that you're working hard. Thank you, Skyla. Oh, I don't think the world's ready for that, Tori. I don't know. All right, so this is me cosplaying as a board plan leader. Let's go ahead. Tell me if the audio sounds good, if it's too loud or if it's too low, but we'll go ahead and start it.
Everybody, welcome to my living room. I want to first acknowledge each and every single one of you that has earned a seat inside of this room, because 8 out of 10 people who start this process, just like you have started, will disqualify themselves. So I really truly want to congratulate each and every single one of you for having an open mind and allowing yourself to be properly educated through this process.
Okay, so this sounds like a parody, and I wish it was just me making fun of this group, but that's how it was. They were like, you right there are so special for getting here. You got into your car and you came here And you are one of the special ones, not the other people, you. Yeah. So I'm like, watching this, I'm like, oh, Martha, why did you fall for that? I just want to give you a hug. Oh, man. So it's so funny, but let's go ahead and keep going.
So with that said, our business is all about association. We truly emphasize the people that you surround yourself will either make you a better person or will hold you back. And if 95% of the people that you surround yourself with are employed, the likelihood of you being an employee is extremely high.
So they would emphasize this a lot. Don't search anything that has to do with Amway. Don't search anything that has to do with Worldwide Dream Builders online, because what you're searching for is you're just looking for a reason for it to be a scam, and you're looking for that. So that if you look on Google, Google's gonna tell you it's a scam, but it's not true. You need to associate yourself with billionaires and millionaires, and that's why you come to all these meetings and forget about people that are employees, because then you're just going to be an employee one day. So it was just so much of that. So it was just association, always being next to them, always being by their side. If you have any questions, you need to call your leader up, because don't ask anyone, family members, anybody that isn't where you want to be. Don't ask them, because they don't have any life experience.
To us, association means everything. Be part of our amazing association. There are 3 non-negotiables to being in this business. The first one is humility. You have to know what you're good at and what you are not. And in those areas that you're not, you have to allow coaching in. You have to be able and comfortable to seek coaching from people who have been there and have succeeded in whatever you're trying to do. So you have to allow coaching and be humble enough to go out and seek that coaching.
Be humble enough to go seek out that coaching. So that was a big thing, because they wanted you to tell your uplines everything. If you're having a bad day with your husband, you go and tell the wife of the couple, you go tell her everything. And then she'll talk to her husband, and then her husband will tell you what to say. If you're having trouble with your mom, if you're having trouble with your sister, siblings, anything, you have to go straight to your upline, tell them first, don't seek advice from anyone else, and then come back and you handle it how they're telling you. But you have to be humble enough to do what they're telling you. It was wild.
And ask for it. The second most important thing and non-negotiable for us would be heart smart. You have to be heart smart. You want to be able to help the person next to you and to add value to people's lives, and you have to be heart smart, hungry. We are not going to build this business for you. You are going to go out there and build this business for yourself. So you have to have that drive, that motivation, that why you're doing this, why you want to build this business, that hunger, and you have to eat, breathe, and sleep, and just have that hunger drive you to get to where you're going.
They were so adamant that if the business isn't working, it's not because it's the business or the model or anything. It's you. You're not working it hard enough. You're not doing your communicate enough. You're not reaching out to your coach and getting coaching enough. It's all on you. You're the one that's not working it. Even though if you follow all of their steps, do everything they tell you, it's so ridiculously hard to get people, to recruit people. It's also really slimy. It was wild. So they definitely pushed that if the business isn't working, it's not the business, it's not the business model, it's you. Okay, Tammy.
And we think that these are non-negotiables because we want people who have the same hunger, the same heart smart, that care for people, and that have the humility to be around us. And iron sharpens iron. And when that happens, sparks will fly. And those sparks are just your lower self. We want people to...
So when that was a straight up quote from my upline when they were doing this board plan, iron sharpens iron. And when that happens, sparks fly. And I remember the crowd went wild. The entire living room was like, yeah, woo. Like, it was something super impressive that he said. It was the funniest thing. Now that I know a little bit more, and I was talking like later in the couple months, they had a group chat where there are people who were in the business a little bit longer, six months plus, all those people were in a group chat, and the wife would text them, okay, cheer, make sure you guys laugh, make sure you guys are loud, bring the energy so the recruits that you're bringing know that this is a fun place. Make sure you guys are laughing at his jokes, even though his jokes aren't funny. It's funny because now thinking back at it, I'm like, because we were in those chats after a couple of months of being inside of the business. We got into the group chats, and they would literally send out a text, okay, the energy's low, we got to bring up the energy, and everybody cheers or laughs, and it's just it's very culty.
We want to be surrounded by people who are driven, who are heart smart, who value people, and who allow coaching in, and who will just drive and go after what they want. So there are two reasons why people build this business. The first one is the dream. They want the house, or the home, or the houses. My upline, my mentors recently bought a $5 million house and paid it in cash.
So this was a big thing. They always wanted to flash what the uplines. I was under the organization of Trevor and Joy Baker, and they had recently purchased a mansion in California of $5 million, and they would pull up to these meetings in their G-Wagon. She would be all iced out, just frosted, just everything huge. And they would purposely tell us that they come this way, not for them. It's not for them. It's not to gloat. It's to show us what's possible, to show us that we can achieve that as long as we stay in the cult. You are having a hard time finding the difference between an MLM and a formal. Yep. It was, yeah. The other thing with this group was there was a very strong religious aspect. The wife would tell me that the husband is the neck, or the husband is the head, and I am the neck. But I am supposed to submit under my husband and take his leadership. And that's just, that reminded me of church, of the Christian background that I have. And it's just the way that they push Christianity, the way that they push religion in this organization is really mind-blowing. They would pray, they would do all this stuff before their meeting, and you just had to be okay with it. So it was wild. They gave me a book to read. I don't remember the book, but I did read it. And in the book, it said that to not spare the rod on the children. And I was just like, yeah, no, we're not doing that. Sorry, no, this is not okay. We did get out. We did get out. It was pretty wild. So they do have a lot of problematic issues, and it was pretty wild. So, but let's go ahead and so the leaders just come with all of their expensive stuff, all of their expensive cars, showing us where they went on vacation, and they do it and they say out loud that it's not for them to gloat. It's for us. They're showing us what's possible. They're showing the recruits what they can achieve if they just stay core. It's a bunch of BS.
And his wife was able to just pick out everything that went in their house, all their furniture matches, not like our house where it's like IKEA and somebody's, like everything matches. Every single wife would want that. If you turn to your wife right now, she is dreaming of that day that she could buy her own house, create her own house, and pick out every single piece of furniture in there. And our uplines were able to pay for their house that they created, that they built from the ground up, $5 million house, and they were able to pay for it in cash. Isn't that the dream? Wouldn't you want that? The world. We all want to have those experiences. For us, for our baby, we want to be able to take them out and just be able to, you want to learn about penguins? Let's go see a penguin. Let's go to where they live and have that experience without having to look at our bank account, without having to worry about, oh my gosh, I have to go to work. How about we schedule it for like next year if we have money or time, So wouldn't that be amazing? Just being able to be like, yes, honey, let's go to You want to learn about lions? Let's go to Madagascar. Let's go to Africa. Let's go to all these places and learn about the animals you want to learn about. Yes, honey, we'll do it because
That was funny because I remember that one of the uplines that was there just came back from Australia. So they were talking about all of the animals that their babies got to see and all this stuff. I'm like, well, technically we have them at the zoo too, but but they were just gloating about what they were able to provide for their kids. And that was a huge thing. They kept bringing up children, making you feel kind of like you suck as a parent if you're not giving your children that experience because you don't want to join the business. It was very gross how the tactics that they used to try to encourage you to join the business.
you know what? Mom and dad are retired. We have money and we can afford to do this without looking at our bank account. So wouldn't that be the dream? The next one is cars. Cars or a car or cars. However many you want, you just buy them in cash. Boom, there. Your dream car. Have you guys already thought of that? Like what color you want and what style, the interior, everything. Imagine where you can just pay that in cash and be done without having to worry about anything and just having the money readily available for you to be able to pay cash for that dream car. Wouldn't that be amazing? And yes, I know some of you in this room are thinking, oh my gosh, these people are so materialistic. All they think about is just money and are so caught up in the materialistic side of everything. But let me ask you, have you ever thought of your children? If you're giving them a beat up used car, what is the safety rate on that car? Wouldn't you want to buy them a brand new car, the best safety award-winning car that you can buy in cash and have them be safe driving? Isn't that the most important thing? Or would you just want to get them the used car, beat up 1999 car? That's not materialistic, is it? And then let me give you another scenario. So what if you went to Target and you bought $2 sandals and somebody walked up to you and bam, stop being materialistic for buying those $2 sandals? Wouldn't that be weird? But have you ever thought maybe that person, they can get their sandals for 50 cents and they would never think of spending $2 for a pair of sandals. But yet you're here buying $2 sandals. So materialistic, really, it's just you're saying something is materialistic just because you can't afford it at that moment. But if you had the money and you were in the position to buy it, wouldn't you? And then are you being materialistic? So are you speaking of actually being materialistic right now, or are you speaking from a judgmental standpoint where you cannot fathom spending $5 million on a home? But to somebody, that's their dream, and they're capable of buying a $5 million home in cash.
They were so snarky and so they were always just putting it back on you. If you had a bad thought about what they're talking about, that's a problem with you because their upline is able to do it and we're just the ones judging them. And the way that they use their kids, I'm telling you guys, I wish I made all of this up. Like the lines that I'm using about the safety ratings for the cars, your children being put inside of it, the sandals for Target. Target was a specific one because they told us in Kate's, which are like their voice training that they give out, you have to listen to certain Kate's voice trainings every single day. It was about 12, I believe, Kate's that you had to listen to. And they would say, don't go and recruit at Walmart because we don't want people from Walmart joining the business. Go recruit people at Target if you can afford it. And the irony was just hilarious because I was like, I shop at Walmart and I'm in the business, but okay. So yeah, this is all just what they use and bringing in the kids, the family, and making sure that, you know, if you have a problem with this, it's not the company, it's not the uplines, it's not the leaders that are saying this, it's you. You're coming from a judgmental place. It's not them. It's not them flaunting everything. It's you. So it's just crazy.
So that's the real. Is it really being materialistic that you don't have? So wouldn't you want to build this business and say your church needed a new building? You can just like, here you go, keep the change. Build a new building. You know, like you could donate it. Instead of wishing you could donate, you can actually do it because you built your business and you were able to successfully donate, and you were successfully able to build your business and just donate whenever you felt like it without having to look at your bank account, without having to worry about, oh, well, the kids might not have groceries today, but at least I donated $5 to the church while building this business. But there are also the other side of why you build this business. And a lot of people build this business because of the nightmare of what they're scared of. Maybe they built this business because they have a large family, but all they can afford is a small apartment. Maybe that's their nightmare. Maybe they're working so many hours, they don't get any time with their spouse, they don't get any time with their kids, they have a broken family, a broken home. Maybe that's the nightmare for them, a broken home, because they don't have the financial stability to carry their family on to have a successful home.
So they're selling you the dream, but the tactic that Worldwide Dream Builders uses is they sell you the nightmare as well. They point out things that are nightmares of staying in a small apartment, of getting a divorce from your spouse because you don't have money, because you didn't build this business, because it's what's driving you is what they say, but it's all just so judgmental.
Or maybe it's divorce. Divorce is their nightmare. Finances is one of the major reasons why divorce rate is so high, because people can't communicate. They don't have the successful financial stability to be able to have a happy marriage and a happy family. So sometimes divorce is the nightmare. And then also debt. You might be buried in debt, and that's the nightmare. You have to carry that on and say,
Hi, Joanna. I want to stop and explain what's going on first. So we are talking about multi-level marketing. We're talking about multi-level marketing, and I'm putting up a video of a board plan that I did, a mock board plan, but it was everything that they said while they were trying to recruit us, which they did, sadly, but we were able to get out. But I want to just review this just for you guys, and so you guys are aware of what they say in these culty, crazy meetings. But hi, girl.
you die. Say, unfortunately, you die. You leave that debt to your kids. You don't leave them anything except for debt. Maybe that's the nightmare. And that's why people build. So, as kids, as teenagers, we have these dreams. We have these dreams of the dream home, of traveling the world, of all this expensive cars that we can do, and then the lasting impact that we can have in this community, in this world. But yet, we go and we get our 9-to-5 job, and our wage is that. Can you guys see it? Oh, I'm sorry. Your wife works? Oh, okay. Hang on. No, you guys have that. How are you guys supposed to fit all of this in that? So what eventually happens is these dreams shrink down to match your income. Unfortunately, that's what happens. So what are you supposed to do? Now you hear people saying, oh, it's fine. I didn't want that anyways. I would be materialistic if I had all of these things. If I was able to buy those things, I would be so materialistic. Or I'm broke, but I'm happy. Or money isn't everything. At least we're happy. Money isn't everything, right? You start hearing excuses to why people gave up on their dreams. You start hearing excuses why people aren't increasing this, but they're giving up on their dreams, and they're letting their survival mode take over. Instead of having a abundance mindset, they let their scarcity mindset take over so they can match what they're making. So what do we do? What do we do in this scenario? We have to find a way to make this bigger, to make our income bigger, so that way our dreams can fit inside of our income. And that is where our business comes in. First, I want to share with you guys some of our values, so you guys know we're not all just about our dreams or our nightmares. We want you guys to really know what kind of people we are and what kind of people you are going to associate yourself with. And to us, when you have your values straight, you have clarity. You know where you're going and who you're going with. You know what kind of people you're doing business with. And that's really where we're at. We want to show you our values, because the day we heard Trevor Baker's values, we spent hours at home figuring out what our values are. So values to us are very important, and we want to share our values with you so you know what kind of people you're dealing with here. And the first value for us is faith. And these are our values. I am not imposing anything onto you guys. You guys go home and write out your values, establish your values as a couple. But for us, for our family, this was the most important. Faith. We want to be able.
They're not trying to impose any of their values onto you, but when we came back and we said we don't believe in God, we're not very religious. We used to be, but things happen. We're not in the religious aspect anymore. They told us, go back home, think about it, and come back to us after you guys have thought about it. Again, we went home, we thought about it, and we said, yeah, no, we're not religious. We're not. And they said, well, okay, how about spiritual? Are you guys spiritual at all? It's not that you have to go to a church, but maybe just reading the Bible. Or we just dropped the subject after that. But they're not imposing it on you.
To teach our children that we can be humble to something greater than us. So to us, faith is extremely important, and that's our first value. First and foremost is our faith. Our second value is being full-time spouses. This is extremely important. We would rather build a future together instead of making a living apart. We want to be able to, I married this person because they are an amazing, incredible human being. And I married this person, so I want to spend my time with that person. I don't want to have to go to a job and spend the best hours of my day at a job and then come home and give her my leftovers. You know, like, why would I want to do that? Why would I want to come home and just give them my leftovers and be like, after you're so stressed from going to the office or going to your job and you're so emotionally drained, so physically drained, so mentally drained, and you just come home and you just give her the leftovers. You just spent 8, 9, 10, about 12 hours with commute and everything, getting ready, commute, lunch, all of that away to come back home and just give each other a couple of hours and then go to sleep. So I would rather build a future together instead of living my days apart trying to barely make an income, barely survive, to barely get ahead. I would rather build my future together because a healthy marriage creates healthy children, which create healthy leaders. And
you know, guys, because once your spouse goes to work, they're part-time spouses now. Full-time spouse, no way. They're part-time now, you know, because they go to work. They're away from you. You guys aren't together 24/7. But that was a big point for them. Full-time spouse, full-time parent.
Are one of our core values, to be full-time spouses. Third core value is full-time parents. We want to be able to create a future where our kids see mom and dad home together and being able to raise them, not have to ship them off to daycare and then come back, spend a couple hours with them and then go to sleep, not have to have somebody else raise my children and instill their habits and their mindset on my children. I can stay home and raise my children and they will know that they were loved and have a prosperity mindset, and I can be able to instill successful habits in our children while they know that mom and dad had created this future by helping other people. And that way we can nurture healthy children and raise healthy leaders. And they can...
So this one was funny because I always have a big issue when people say full-time parent, like just because you go to work or just because your child goes to daycare or school, that somehow you're less of a parent. Which to me, parent shaming is just so ridiculous. Everybody has different circumstances. Everybody has different beliefs. Everybody has different situations. And this was a big thing that they would do. They would shame you for putting your child in daycare. They would shame you for going to work. They would shame you for asking for help for somebody else to like watch your kid for a little bit. It was shameful. And the funny thing to me is that all of the top leaders, their kids were in daycare 3 days out of the week because they had to go recruit. There was work to be done for the business. There was so many times that a lot of these higher ups in the upline, they had nannies, they had daycare, they had school that they had all of this stuff. But no, you're bad because you're trying to work and you're trying to sustain your kids and do what you think is best for your family. But no, that's wrong. It's not okay because it's not what they're doing. And the funny thing is that even if you were a stay-at-home mom, according to them, because stay-at-home mom is the best, like, oh my God, you're able to stay at home with your kid 24/7. Even though if you were a stay-at-home parent, you're not good enough because you as the mother, you're only staying at home with the child and you're not bringing in any income. Don't you want to help retire your husband? You're being a bad spouse. So you don't win either way. They'll find a way to shame you and to make you feel bad about how you're parenting. And like I said, when we were being recruited and in this process, I was struggling with postpartum depression because I had my baby I was 3 months postpartum when we went to our first meeting. I wanted the sense of community, and I was just too embarrassed to ask for help. Don't do that. If you have any inkling of postpartum depression or anything like that, please go get help. It's not something that you should be ashamed of or anything. Go get help. I wish I did, and I probably wouldn't have ended up in an MLM, but it's okay. We learn, and now I can use this experience to share and help other people. But you don't win. They're going to shame you either way. So I really am so against all of this mom shaming, parent shaming. They even shame the husbands because the husbands, if your wife works, you're not a good enough husband because your wife works. If your wife stays home, you're not a good enough husband because you're not helping with the kids. You're not letting her go pursue her dreams. You don't win either way.
Spend time with mom and dad and not have to spend time with somebody else raising them, because those children are ours. We don't want to be FaceTime parents. We don't want to have to hide in a closet so we can FaceTime our kids to say goodnight, say night, hey, I love you, bye. Like FaceTime parents, no, thank you. I want to be there.
That was a big one. They constantly said FaceTime parents. You don't want to be FaceTime parents, even though they were constantly FaceTiming their child because they were on trips, on this, on that. It's so ridiculous. Yep, it's hard. It's not talked about enough. It's not. And I think for myself, I can only speak for myself. For myself, I come from a Hispanic background where therapy is not something that's encouraged. It's not something that, you go seek out help for. And then also I come from a religious background, and all they would tell me was, God is going to take care of it. God's going to take care of it. So it's really hard. It's really hard to understand. You just gave birth. There's a lot going on. It's not all butterflies and rainbows after, and it sucks for some. And I'm grateful for the people that can get help right away. But if you feel any kind of depression, anything, it's good to at least just talk to somebody about it, because even just giving birth can be so dramatic, traumatizing for some, and it's just an experience that is like nothing you're going to experience ever again unless you give birth again, and even that experience isn't the same as the one before. So I think it's amazing for people to even seek out just counseling after you give birth, just to get your feelings out, just to talk about it, whether it's good, it's bad, just to get your feelings out. So I highly encourage that.
I want to be there to see everything that happens. I want to be there for every moment. I want to be a full-time parent. The fourth core value for us is financial independence. We want to have the ability to be able to do whatever we want, whenever we want. If we want to buy a new car, there we go. If little baby boy needs new shoes, there you go. We don't have to be stressing. I don't want to have to stress over, oh my gosh, I have to pick up another shift, or I have to make another sale so I can do this, or anything like that. I want to be able to create a future and build a business where money and finances are coming in. That way I am stable and I have independence. If I want to take a 2-week vacation to somewhere, I can go. Our family can go. We don't have to worry about time off. We don't have to worry about the paycheck is going to be short this week because we were cutting hours short. We don't have to worry about that. We want to create a future where we have financial independence. And our fifth value is being debt-free. We want to be able to create a future.
Yeah. Sorry. So, Joanna, yeah, your mom, yep. Some people are scared that with the thoughts that you might have or anything, that the doctor might try to take the baby away. Yep. It's women go through so much. Women go through so much giving birth, all of the process of labor, delivery, postpartum, the fourth trimester, I like to say, because it's so much. You're learning your body, you're learning your baby, you're learning the new dynamics with your spouse or your significant other or just by yourself, and that's even hard as well. So yeah, definitely. I feel you.
Where we have nothing hanging over our heads. We want to be able to pay our mortgage full. If we are buying a home, we can pay the full amount of the home. That is the future that we're building. These are our core values, and these are something that we value extremely in our lives, myself and my wife's lives. We are not instilling our values onto you. We want you to go home and establish your own values. But this is after seeing our mentors' values. We went home and took their values, analyzed them, and we really truly established them as our values.
So copy and paste. They want you to go home and think about it, but pretty much come up with the same list.
We really want to mimic excellence and also give excellence, because that's what our association is about. We want to add value. We want to be able to help people accomplish similar results like these and have values similar to these. So that is where our business comes in, and our systems that our business has established. And we want to, let's go ahead and explain a little bit into our systems. Since the meeting is starting to come to an end and it's about 20 minutes before we end, we really want to go ahead and talk about the systems and talk about...
We only have like 9 minutes of this recording, so it's not 20 minutes.
The vehicle to financial freedom. And we use a little company called Amway. You might have heard of them. They've been around since 1960. And I know a lot of you might have heard their experience with, like, maybe your uncle's like, Amway, I lost my shirt to them back in the 70s. First of all, give your uncle a shirt and then explain. If this was really a pyramid scheme, it would be shut down, because pyramid schemes are illegal. And since 1960, the FTC has had a long time to investigate this company, so it would have been shut down, and it's not. It's a multi-billion-dollar business.
All right, so here they like to say if it was a pyramid scheme, it would be shut down because those are illegal. Pyramid schemes are based on recruitment only without a physical product. The way that they get away with it is because they do have a physical product, which is their, I think it's Nutrilife. They have vitamins, they have toothpaste, they have cleaning supplies, they have air purifiers, they have pretty much anything that you can think of. Amway has it. They have a huge facility and they are able to have so many warehouses to supply all of this. It is, in my opinion, horrible product. I do not like it. It is very expensive for what you're getting, and that's it. It's just they use the vehicle, Amway, to not be a pyramid scheme because of the products that Amway sells. If they did not have a physical product and Worldwide Dream Builders was a standalone, it would be considered a pyramid scheme, in my opinion, because it's only a recruitment-based system. It's a training system. Worldwide Dream Builders. Without Amway providing the products, they would be considered a pyramid scheme. Again, in my opinion.
Yes, debt-free. Amway has the #1 makeup company, Artistry, and they were featured in something called New York Fashion Week. So is it really illegal if New York Fashion Week is partnering with Artistry? They have the #1 supplement line, Nutrilite, which is organic, and you can see all the studies of the stewardship for Nutrilite. They are the #1 nutritional supplement line. They have home and personal care products that you can get, a little thing called like toothpaste and hairspray, so you can get all that stuff there. And they have a little thing called partner stores. I don't know, have you guys heard of Best Buy? Have you guys heard of Target or Apple? Yeah, you get points for shopping there. You get bonus checks for shopping there. Do you think like Nike would partner with an illegal pyramid scheme? No, of course not. So when somebody says that, we'll explain to them. It's a partnered store. These multi-billion-dollar companies are partnering with Amway. I recently had a washer and dryer set up, and the delivery guy came, set it all up for me. Do you think he got a commission for delivering my washer and dryer? No. Did I? Yep, I got a nice check for that delivery.
Again, that was an actual scenario that our upline used. An example of what happened to him. He was using in that board plan meeting.
But honestly, this is irrelevant. This is like the one and only time that we sit here and talk about products, because products really, I don't know.
So they actually do. They do partner with them. Amway does. So you get like a 1%, 1% to 2%. I think the highest I ever saw was like a 5% with just some random store. But they do partner with them. Amway has been around for such a long time. And the reason that they skirt around the issue is because, again, they have a physical product. Worldwide Dream Builders is the training company, and they use Amway for the products. If Worldwide Dream Builders was alone, not using Amway, they would be considered a pyramid scheme, in my opinion, because they don't have a product. All they have is training and how to get Amway to be successful. And that's all they do.
To teach you how to use toothpaste or how to take showers and wash your hair. It's something you already do. You're just changing where you buy it. So we really don't even need to focus on products, because that's something that we never ever talk about. Right, Joe? Have I ever talked to you about products? Have I ever asked you how you like the glycer? Of course not. It's not something that's relevant. It's not something that's...
I'm sorry, Glisher. That's hilarious. But that was the name of the toothpaste from Amway. It was called the Glisser. And that sounds horrible. But yeah, like they say in the meeting, the product is irrelevant. The vehicle, the product, whatever they're selling, irrelevant. That doesn't matter. As long as they're getting financial freedom, they don't care. They really don't.
Buy it and we're done. We are the system. We are the system to financial freedom. Amway is just our vehicle on how we can have a compensation plan and be rewarded for our efforts. And we teach you how to do the system of building your width and your depth. So there's you. That's you.
So again, in the board plan, one time our upline said, it does not matter what the product is. It could be poop on a stick, and we would sell that if that got us to financial freedom. So they don't care. They don't care about these products. They say they're good just so they can sell them, but it's called Glisher. It's not a good product. It sucks. In my opinion, all of this is just my opinion.
You're going to commit to doing 150 PV, and 50 of that PV is going to be retail. And we're going to show you.
So PV is their point system that they use. So you have to do 100 personal point value for your own products, buying your home, the toothpaste, buying your toilet bowl cleaners, your all of that stuff, your snacks. Right. Sadly, I have. Anyway, hold on. Yeah. So it does not matter what you use the 100 points for. You are buying stuff for your house, and that's going to be 100 points that you have to spend your own money. I forget exactly how much a point is, but it's equivalent to a dollar amount. And then 50 of those PV points of the 150, you're supposed to sell to family, friends, all of that.
We're going to show you how to get 12 plus people all in your business, in your organization, who are going to be doing the same model as you. We're going to go ahead and show you how to take about 4 people through the process. We're going to sit there and show you how to take people through the process, and then these people are going to start telling their friends and family, and that is how you create your downline. All of these doing 150 PV. So let's say you recruit 50 people, 50 IBOs, all doing 150 PV. That would be 7,500 PV collectively in your organization. 7,500 PV is a beautiful position called platinum. When you hit platinum, let's go ahead and take a look at what your earning potential could be. And this little document right here, this is a legal form from Amway. I have to show it to you guys. It's a legal form. You guys will be able to take this home with you tonight when you guys leave. And let's go ahead and see what their lawyer said. and what the statistics was of the average income for a platinum, earning 7,500 PV. So on here it shows that the average income for a platinum, a Q12 platinum, is $57,000. The highest income is $162,000. And this includes every organization, not just Worldwide and Amway, so it includes everybody in Amway. So anybody can sign up with Amway. We're showing you the systems on how we do it. So this is not solely based on what Worldwide Dream Builders do. But let me just tell you, the way we show you how to do it and the way we teach, it means that you're, on average, they make about somewhere in the middle. With Worldwide Dream Builders, you're gonna make somewhere in the middle if you do it the way we tell you. So it's not the average, it's somewhere right in the middle. But even if it was the average, who couldn't use $60,000, right? Who couldn't use $60,000? Of course. And if you didn't raise your hand, you're lying. So let's say that.
So that's what they're selling. Amway, they don't care. And they're just using Amway for the bonus checks and the payout. Here in Worldwide Dream Builders, they teach you how to recruit all of these people under you. 50 IBOs is the goal, your first goal that you want to meet, so you can have a nice little title next to your name. It is such huge red flags. It's constantly recruiting, constantly telling people, selling your freaking soul. Yeah, my sass has always been there, Skyla. But that is the sass that they came with. I am just simply showing you exactly what my upline sounded like. He was very sassy.
3, this person, and this person all hit this level. So they have all these people under them. So now you have 3 platinums under you. They chose themselves. You did nothing except just be there and help and answer any kind of questions they had. You did nothing, no extra work. They just decided to build this business for them, for their dream or their nightmare. And if you have 3 platinums in your downline, so with 3 platinums, you would be at an emerald ship. For an emerald, let's go ahead and take a look at the legal document from Amway. The average income for an emerald, a founder's emerald, is $118,000. The highest income is $782,000. And yet again, with
Bye, Celine. Thank you. I hope you enjoy your dinner, and I will see you a little bit later.
Worldwide Dream Builders, you're making somewhere in the middle. If you're building this business right, you're going to make somewhere in the middle. But still, who cannot use an extra $118,000, right? Right? So let's go ahead and keep looking. So you have 3. Let's say 3 more chose themselves and started building the business for themselves, hit that same qualification. And now they hit the platinum. So now you have 6 platinums and you hit diamond level. The way we teach you, it should only take 2 to 5 years for you to hit diamond. And you didn't do any extra work. You laid your foundation, and then these 6 people chose themselves.
That was the biggest thing. They kept saying that you didn't have to do any extra work after you built your foundation. Like, nobody is ever going to got tricked into, nobody is ever going to just quit, realize what's going on, and ghost you like we did. You're never going to have to rebuild. It's funny because they say you will get there in 2 to 5 years if you do the work. And my uplines had reached I think it was the Founders Platinum 2 years into the business, and they lost it because they don't show you that you can lose it. It's not that you don't do extra work or you don't have to do anything after you recruit. You can lose what level you're at. If you're losing IBOs, if you're not meeting the PV points, if you don't have your monthly quotas, you have to rebuild. At the time that we were there, I think our uplines were 3 or 4 years into the business, and they had just reached, I believe, Founders Platinum again for a second time because they had lost it, took a year to rebuild, and then got it again. I don't know what level they're at, they did text me after I started my YouTube channel, which is in one of those videos. They texted me a very interesting text after they saw my videos. But nonetheless, I don't think they're diamonds, but we'll see.
They chose to build this business for themselves. So let's see what the income is for a diamond. So a founder's diamond is anywhere from the average of $547,000 to $2.7 million in 2 to 5 years. In 2 to 5 years, you could be making the low. But with Worldwide Dream Builders, remember it's about somewhere in the middle. But on average, in 2 to 5 years, you could be making $500,000. Isn't that incredible? Wouldn't that be life-changing? Wouldn't you be able to live out your values to your fullest? Be a full-time husband, be a full-time wife, be a full-time parent, be able to make an impact in people's lives, be able to help 6 other people. You are changing people's lives, and you're getting paid for it. Isn't that the dream? Isn't that incredible? That is where your life could be in 2 to 5 years. With all that being said, I know it was a lot of information being thrown at you guys, and I want to make sure you guys meet with the person who brought you, who invited you to this meeting. I do want to say one thing. They're going to give you a black box, and in that black box is all the resources that you're going to need. Please do not go to anybody else for advice or for their opinions who were not here tonight. Don't go to your mom and try to explain everything that we just showed you for her opinion, because at the end of the day, she was not in this room. She did not feel what you felt right now. She was not properly educated. You have been properly educated. So please make sure you use the resources that we're giving you. And do not go on the internet looking up resources because FoxyCat297 said it was a scam and it's a pyramid scam, when you don't even know their real name and you don't even know who they are. They weren't here. Nobody is going to be able to achieve your dream life except for you. So you need to make your own decisions on the business. You need to make your own conclusions and use the information that we've properly educated you on, and you have to make up your own mind. Not looking for other people's opinions, because at the end of the day, they're not going to give you your dream life. Only you can build your dream life. So do not go to other people for that opinion. We've given you a lot of resources in that black box, including you can definitely talk to the person who invited you here tonight and just seek their coaching and allow that coaching in, and allow yourself to be open-minded and humble to any kind of questions you may have. So without all that said, I really appreciate you being here tonight, and please make sure to meet with the person that brought you here. Thank you.
Hi, it's me. I'm the person that brought you guys here. All right, guys, let me take that out. That was a lot. All right, so yes, FoxyCat297. I don't know why I used that one. Honestly, I don't think that was one that they said, but that was my experience at a board plan with Worldwide Dream Builders. Right? Mom can pick me up. Yep. It was pretty wild. Luckily, we were able to get out. We did end up going to Spring Leadership, which is a huge conference that they did in San Diego. We went to Family Reunion. Family Reunion is what they call it. They call it Family Reunion, where you and your team go to a huge event in Vegas, and they rent out a big arena, and we all go there, and it's just a glitter of stuff. Basically, everybody's just like, oh my god, I'm so awesome, and I spend so much money. It's wild. It's wild. So thank you guys so much. That was the board plan. That was my board plan that I went to, that I did my little mock setup. We did end up leaving Worldwide Dream Builders about 6 months after joining. In the last board plan that we attended, they said a line that really caught us off guard, and when we heard that, we were like, this is a very predatory environment. I could not believe that they said that. They said they were talking about recruiting. They were talking about who's out there. There's so many people out there that you can recruit. And the line that stuck with us was, there are new 18-year-olds. There are new adults every day turning 18. Go find them. And that line as it was so predatory to me. It sounded so bad. Like if anybody else in any other situation said, there's new adults every day, that would be so disgusting. If somebody said that about my son, my children, I would be so disgusted. It was the biggest red flag. After that meeting, we completely ghosted them. We shut down all of our accounts. We stopped paying for everything. We got out, and I am so, so happy that we were able to just get out of that crazy mindset of just being so just involved in that cult. Honestly, it was a cult. It was so much brainwashing. It was so much just positive positive love bombing and everything. I don't even have the words. Like, it's just so much. And I am just so happy that we were able to get out and not waste as much money as we potentially could have if we stayed even a year. We were already hemorrhaging money just being in there. So I am so happy that we were able to get out. With that, I was able to make a couple videos explaining the process. If you guys are interested in learning a little bit more about it, seeing a couple more videos explaining everything, I do have some videos down below, and there's an MLM playlist as well that will go a little bit more in depth of everything. And just mind you, they are older videos, so my quality I'm still learning. I'm still pretty new to YouTube, so just don't mind the quality of that. Thank you so much. I love the setup. Thank you. I appreciate it. So with all of that said, it's been an hour. We have been on here for quite some time. So I appreciate you guys being in here. I appreciate you guys coming out and listening to my little story. I had so much fun. Let me show you. We got this much done. I really love this yarn. Oh my gosh. I don't love the brand, but I do love the colorway. And it's so cute. I think this would make such a beautiful tote. So I will be making this into a tote bag. I will make another panel and we'll make it into a tote bag. So thank you guys so much. I appreciate you guys so much. I do have a palm street coming up on Saturday. Sorry, on Saturday. So please go ahead and make sure you guys head over and bookmark the palm street. We have Alyssa going on at 6:30 Central Time. Then I will go on after Alyssa. Then it'll be Cheyenne and Tori to end the night. We're gonna have a bunch of cool stuff. So definitely go and bookmark all of that stuff. So thank you guys so much, and I'll be ending the live here. I will see you guys again possibly tomorrow, but I will see you guys later. Bye.